Hands down, this is the best out of all 70-200s. Out of all the systems I have used thus far, the brand new Sony FE70-200 2.8 G Master Mark II raised the bar of Sony G Master lineup with the added bonus of being the world's lightest 70-200. As the saying goes, don't judge a 70-200 by its resemblance to its predecessor. Look can be deceiving, which is why, as much as it looks the same as an OG 70-200 GM, it's a total different beast inside and out. I think the only part these two lenses share is a tripod collar mount. This thing is a part carryover from the OG. And the best way to tell two versions apart is by looking at the different hood design. Where do we start when talking about lens? Center sharpness, corner sharpness, distortion, chromatic aberrations, vignetting, autofocus speed, minimum focusing distance, weight, button? What if I told you this lens checked all those boxes with a big green tick? So we done here, good? I was not a fan of any 70-200 ever since my photography career began. I couldn't imagine myself carrying a heavy lens running around a wedding or any commercial works. It poses too big a challenge to my stamina, even when I was at my peak. This lens really earned the title for the world's lightest 70-200 2.8 lens. The well-balanced weight design made carrying it around and working with it a blast. For the first time ever, I understand the magic for a 70-200. The convenience, the image quality, and the focusing speed that really converted me. This time, my friend was shooting a casual pre-wedding in town. I asked to tag along so I could test out the lens. Let's see some of the sample photo first, then we talk from there. There you go, the lens is just a beast to you. Sharpness throughout the center and corner, 70mm, 200mm is all grade A performance. Distortion and chromatic aberration is practically doesn't exist. Autofocus speed again. To maximize the performance, Sony once again throw in the 4 XD linear motor like the 50mm 1.2 G Master. Result? Blazing fast for sure. So snappy and spot on, it's faster than I could blink. Did I blink? Now, a few special things we need to talk about. Starting with the minimum focusing distance. At 200mm, it's only a mild improvement, 0.82 meter versus 0.96 meter. You couldn't barely tell. The trump card is in the 70mm wide and 0.4 meter. This is what you can do with it. It's like having a macro capability built into a 70-200. Easily my favorite surprise the Mark II have bought. Par focus. How should I put this? I realized the focus plane doesn't shake at all when you zoom in and out. It's not the camera autofocus working to cover it up, it's work even in manual focus mode. There's some magic in the optical design of this lens. The Mark II now have the iris ring just like every G Master lens. What's more is this get an iris lock to prevent any accidental turns if you decided to control from the camera side using A mode. And the OSS mode now come in 3 mode. Its weight only 2/3 of the OG, over 400g lighter. I just have to emphasize this one more time. The only word that come into the mind when you hold one of these lenses is well balanced. That's understating it. It's metaphysically balanced. Having used the lens for a few weeks, I have taken quite a number of photos with it and I enjoy every bit of the time with it. As most already know, our studio is lakeside, so we do have the company of a bit of wildlife. Let's spend the next few minutes to enjoy looking through the 70-200 GM Mark II. Pay attention to the bokeh rendering. It's unique compared to the original. I'm in love with it. The OG 70-200mm was one of the first G Master lens to be released back then, alongside with the 24-70 2.8 and 85 1.4 in 2016. 5 years has gone by, and the Mark II come at us as a symbol of Sony committed to their user, but also a bold statement of technical excellence. The 70-200 GM is not a facelift, but an icon rebuilt from the ground up. If we are going to call it an evolution, then we might as well consider a transcendental one. This should be an award-winning lens for Sony right here, and if that eventually turned out to be a true, it deserves every bit of the limelight. Big like if you'd like to see more videos just like this. Subscribe is the biggest support I can ask for. Comment and welcome. I'm Jace. See you in the next video.